Hi, my name's Kate. I'm a doctor specializing in cardiology. I work at a hospital on the outskirts of the city. My day generally begins at around 6 a.m. I wake up, take a quick shower, get dressed, and drink a cup of coffee before heading out to work. To reach the hospital, I have to catch a bus and then walk for about 10 minutes from the bus stop. During my shift, I see patients, prescribe medication, and attend meetings with my colleagues to discuss the patient's cases. I have lunch in the hospital cafeteria. I also take short breaks every now and then so I don't get exhausted. I work until 3 p.m., but I have to stay longer if there's an emergency. After work, I usually go for a run or do some yoga to stay fit. In the evenings, I like to cook a healthy dinner and spend time with my family. I try to get to bed early so I can wake up feeling rested and ready to start the new day. My name's Laura, and I'm studying for my PhD in psychology. I like to wake up early so I have time for a short meditation session before my day begins. It helps to clear my mind. After that, I have breakfast, get dressed, and head to university. I usually take public transport. I spend most of my day reading articles, attending lectures, and working with other researchers. In the afternoon, I have some time to work on my thesis. I like to work in the library because it's easier to concentrate and harder to get distracted there. In the evening, I return home and make dinner. I love cooking, so I often experiment with new recipes. To unwind, I like to listen to music or watch a documentary before going to bed. On the weekend, I enjoy exploring the city and visiting historical sites. Sometimes I take the train down to my parents' house on the coast and spend the weekend with them.
Hi there, my name's Matthew. I'm an accountant. I get up at 7 a.m. every day and prepare a healthy breakfast for myself and my family. Then I leave for work. I have to drive 10 miles or so to get to the office. I typically work from 9 to 5 each day, but sometimes I have to stay at the office longer in order to meet deadlines. At around 12:30, I take a lunch break, during which I usually go for a short walk. As an accountant, I manage clients' finances, prepare financial statements, and advise clients on financial decisions. I spend a large part of my day in front of my computer looking at spreadsheets, but luckily, I have a lot of direct contact with my clients too. After work, I like to spend time with my family. We often go for a walk together or watch a movie. I try to fit in some exercise when possible, but it's hard to find time because there's also a lot of housework to do. From mopping the kitchen floor to watering the plants, doing the laundry, or taking out the rubbish, there's always something I need to do. My name's Tom, and I'm a police officer. My shifts vary, but I usually work from either 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I wake up at least 2 hours before my shift begins. I like to start my day with a quick workout before showering, putting on my uniform, and having something to eat. On a normal day, I patrol the streets, speak to members of the public, and respond to any emergencies. I also spend time writing reports and completing paperwork. My work can be quite stressful, so I try to relax when I get home. I pick up my children from school or their sports clubs and then lie on the sofa and watch a bit of TV. Sometimes we play board games together in the living room. When I have the weekend off, my wife and I catch up with friends. If the weather's good, I mow the lawn and spend some time gardening too. We often order a takeaway on Saturday nights.
I'm Hannah. I work as a bartender at a busy cocktail bar right in the center of town. Due to my late working hours, I usually don't wake up until 10 or 11 in the morning. I have breakfast and then I do some chores around the house, like cleaning, ironing, washing my clothes, or taking out the trash. I go for a walk in the afternoon and have a light lunch. Sometimes I invite my neighbors over to eat with me in our garden. I catch the train to work at 5:15. During my shift, I prepare and serve drinks, clean the bar, and chat with customers. It can get very busy, but I've been doing the job for a long time now, so that doesn't worry me. I have dinner during my break at the bar. When I get home after work, I take a shower, brush my teeth, and get ready for bed. If I'm not too tired, I read a magazine in bed before going to sleep.
Hello, my name is James, and I work as a web developer. I usually start work around 9 a.m. and finish at 5:30 p.m., but occasionally I have to work overtime to meet project deadlines. I like to wake up at least half an hour before I have to start work, but on the rare occasions when I wake up late, I just grab my laptop and work from bed. As a web developer, I mostly work from home, designing and maintaining websites for various clients. I work with a team of other designers, so we often have calls together during the day. While I'm working, I always have a cup of tea or coffee beside me, which helps me stay focused. I take breaks during the day to stretch my legs and rest my eyes. For lunch, I normally make a salad or a wrap. I get back to work at around 2:30 in the afternoon and work for another 3 hours or so. After work, I go for a bike ride or a workout at the gym. When I get back, I order food or heat something up in the microwave. If I had more time, I'd do more cooking.
Hello, my name's Rachel, and I work as a copywriter for a marketing agency. I work from home, so my daily routine is pretty flexible. After getting up and having breakfast, I generally start my working day by checking my emails and responding to any urgent messages. I work on multiple projects at once, so I have to be very organized. My tasks include writing articles, blog posts, and product descriptions, as well as putting together content for advertising campaigns. I take breaks every 2 hours to stretch my legs and have a snack. For lunch, I usually have something quick and easy, like a sandwich or soup. When I finish work, I like to do some exercise or go for a long walk with my dog to clear my head. Sometimes I go out with friends in the evening too. I hardly ever stay up past 11:30 though. I'm more of a morning person. On the weekend, I like to take a break from writing. I often visit local food markets with my boyfriend, or bake something at home.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I work as a cashier at a supermarket. From Monday to Friday, I wake up early. I have a cup of coffee and a bowl of cereal, and then jump in the shower. I cycle to work. It usually takes me about 15 minutes to get there. At work, my main tasks are to scan and bag the products our customers buy, handle cash transactions, and support customers who need help at the checkout. I have a short break at 10 a.m., during which I almost always have a little snack. At lunch, I either go for a stroll in the nearby park or stay in the staff room and chat with my colleagues. Every so often, we go to the restaurant across the road and eat lunch together. When I finish work, I ride my bike straight home again and cook dinner. I like to watch an episode from a TV comedy series while I'm eating. I wash the dishes and then study Spanish for half an hour. On a normal evening, I go to bed between 11 and midnight. My name is George, and I work as an electrician. My job involves installing, maintaining, and repairing electrical systems in homes and businesses. I most often start work at 7:30 a.m. and finish at 4 p.m., but my hours can vary. The first thing I do when I wake up is have a look at my schedule for the day. It's normal for me to work on several different jobs in a single day. In fact, I can spend up to an hour traveling from job to job in my van. When I have breaks, I read the news on my phone so I can stay up to date with current affairs. If I don't have to work late, I get home before my partner, which means I can start getting food ready for the whole family. We like to spend time together in the evenings, usually playing games or having fun in the garden if the weather is nice. At the weekend, I typically work on DIY projects around the house. From time to time, my partner and I go to concerts or exhibitions. My name's Harry, and I'm a small business owner. My working week is very busy, but I wouldn't say that I have a strict daily routine. I get up, brush my teeth, have a shower, and then join my wife in the kitchen for a quick breakfast. In the morning, I usually work from home. I check my to-do list for the day, and then have a look at my emails and social media accounts to see if there are any updates from my customers or suppliers. I leave the house around midday and pick up something to eat for lunch. I spend the afternoon in the office, managing my team and dealing with any unexpected issues that arise. I often end up staying in the office until 6 or 6:30, but I try to get home earlier if possible. In the evenings, I like to wind down by chatting to my wife and doing a crossword. Thankfully, I have more free time at the weekend. I usually sleep in and have a big breakfast. Then I run some errands and catch up with friends.
I usually wake up a little after sunset. I climb out of my coffin and go straight to the kitchen for a nice cold goblet of blood. It's infinitely more energizing than coffee. Then I go to the bathroom to brush my teeth and shave. My fangs are very sharp, so I have to be extremely careful when I brush them. Shaving is also a challenge because when I look in the mirror, I only see the bathroom wall. When I don't have guests staying, I spend my evenings in the castle library. The problem with being immortal is that it gets harder and harder to find a good book that you haven't already read. I've gone through the entire Western canon a dozen times. At midnight, I like to go for a stroll in the moonlight and contemplate the nature of eternity. When I come back, I feed the bats and sweep the corridors. I never know when I'll have guests visiting, so I try to keep the castle presentable at all times. Before I go to my coffin at sunrise, I iron a nice white shirt to wear the following day. I've seen over the centuries that fashion is fickle, but a classic white shirt never goes out of style. It does stain rather easily, though. If something goes wrong when I'm having dinner with guests, I have to fly to the dry cleaners in the village to have my shirt cleaned. I tell them it's red wine. On Saturdays, I often go to a charming vegan restaurant near the castle. The food is revolting. Of course, they put garlic in everything. But it's a wonderful place to meet people. On Sundays, I stay at home and compose on the grand piano. I would prefer to go to Mass in the village church, but I get the impression that the priest doesn't want me there.